In what has become one of the most candid, surprising, and extensively discussed revelations about her personal parenting choices and current lifestyle habits, Kourtney Kardashian Barker has publicly confirmed that she is still actively breastfeeding her 2-year-old son Rocky 13, who was born in November of 2023 with her rock star husband Travis Barker, the legendary drummer for the iconic punk rock band Blink-182, a disclosure that she made during the Women's Wear Daily Beauty Inc. Awards event that took place in New York City on Tuesday, where she appeared as part of a panel discussion focused on wellness, entrepreneurship, and the challenges of maintaining balance and health while navigating the incredibly demanding responsibilities of motherhood, business ownership, and life in the constant spotlight of fame and public scrutiny.
A warm welcome to Celebrity Gossip.
Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss the latest updates and hot gossip on the Kardashians and your favorite celebrities. The reality television star and successful businesswoman, who is 46 years old and has spent more than 2 decades in the public eye as one of the most recognizable and documented members of the Kardashian-Jenner family dynasty, was participating in a panel called Let Me Lead Redefining Wellness and Access at Women's Wear Daily's The Catalysts event, where she had the opportunity to promote, discuss, and share insights about her Lemme brand of vitamins and supplements that she co-founded with her business partner Simon Huck, who has been working alongside Kourtney to build this wellness empire that reflects her personal philosophy about health, nutrition, and the importance of taking care of one's body through natural and accessible means that busy people can easily incorporate into their daily routines and lifestyles. Kourtney Kardashian Barker, who shares her youngest child Rocky with her rocker husband Travis Barker, who is 50 years old and has been performing professionally for decades as one of the most respected and recognizable drummers in the music industry, spoke openly and honestly about her continued breastfeeding journey while discussing the various ways that she maintains her energy, stamina, and overall well-being as a busy mother of 4 children who range in age from toddler to teenager, each with their own needs, schedules, and demands on her time and attention. After the panel moderator, who was Women's Wear Daily's Jenny B. Fine, asked Kourtney directly where she gets her vigor, vitality, and seemingly endless energy from given all of the responsibilities, commitments, and challenges that she juggles on a daily basis as a mother, business owner, wife, sister, daughter, and public figure, Kardashian, who has recently sparked widespread pregnancy rumors and speculation among fans who have been analyzing her recent photographs and appearances for any signs or clues that she might be expecting another child with Travis, replied with remarkable honesty and a touch of self-deprecating humor, "How do I get my energy? Honestly, I have no idea. I wonder that myself sometimes." She then went on to reveal 2 significant lifestyle choices that she believes contribute to her ability to maintain her energy levels and keep up with the demanding pace of her daily life. "I do no alcohol," she stated clearly and definitively, indicating that she has completely eliminated alcoholic beverages from her diet and lifestyle. "I am breastfeeding," she added, confirming for the first time publicly that she is continuing to nurse her 2-year-old son Rocky, a parenting choice that some people might find surprising, controversial, or worthy of discussion given that many children in Western cultures are typically weaned from breastfeeding well before they reach their 2nd birthday. Simon Huck, who is 42 years old and has been working closely with Kourtney to develop and grow the Lemme brand into a successful and recognizable name in the wellness and supplement industry, chimed in with a memory of Kourtney's past beverage preferences and habits. "You were a matcha girl before," he said, referencing Kourtney's well-documented love of matcha green tea lattes that she used to consume regularly before making the decision to eliminate or significantly reduce her caffeine intake. The Kardashian star, who looked absolutely chic, polished, and professionally put together in a crisp white suit that she wore to the event, demonstrating that even while making significant personal sacrifices and lifestyle adjustments for the sake of her breastfeeding journey and her commitment to natural parenting, she still maintains her signature sense of style and fashion consciousness, then replied with what sounded like genuine longing and anticipation for the day when she can return to enjoying one of her favorite beverages. "I cannot wait to have matcha again," she said emphatically. "It is a choice," she explained, clarifying that her abstinence from matcha and caffeine is not necessarily because it is medically prohibited or absolutely forbidden while breastfeeding. "I technically could have it, I think, while breastfeeding, but it has just become a choice," she elaborated, indicating that this is a personal decision she has made based on her own research, preferences, and comfort level rather than a strict medical requirement that has been imposed upon her by healthcare providers. It is worth noting that healthcare providers and medical experts generally recommend exclusive breastfeeding until a baby reaches approximately 6 months of age, according to information provided by the Cleveland Clinic and other reputable medical institutions that study and provide guidance on infant nutrition and maternal health. After that initial 6-month period, it is then recommended by most pediatric and maternal health experts to continue breastfeeding until the child is 12 months or older, while gradually introducing other complementary foods, solid foods, and diverse sources of nutrition to support the child's growth, development, and expanding nutritional needs as they become more active and their bodies require more varied nutrients and calories.
She manages to balance all of the competing demands, responsibilities, and priorities in her incredibly full and demanding life. Kourtney said that she has established a few non-negotiables, meaning activities or practices that she absolutely refuses to skip or compromise on, regardless of how busy or overwhelmed she might be feeling on any given day. I think for me, I have my real only non-negotiable right now, because I think moms get it that sometimes your things come last, she explained, with the kind of honest vulnerability that resonated deeply with mothers everywhere who understand all too well the experience of constantly putting their own needs, desires, and self-care practices at the bottom of their priority lists, while everyone else's needs take precedence. So I would say walking daily and taking my supplements. Those are the two things, she revealed, identifying the specific practices that she is committed to maintaining no matter what else is happening in her life. And getting at least 8 hours of sleep, she added, emphasizing the critical importance of adequate rest and recovery for maintaining energy, mental clarity, emotional stability, and overall health and well-being. The mother of 4 children, who was joined on the panel by Lemmy co-founder Simon Huck, who provided additional insights, context, and perspective on their business partnership and shared vision for the wellness brand they have built together, also shared with the audience that she is currently avoiding coffee as part of her commitment to eliminating caffeine from her diet during this breastfeeding period. I take different formats throughout the day, she explained, referring to the various Lemmy supplement products that she consumes at different times to support her nutritional needs and maintain her energy levels without relying on caffeine or other stimulants. So I do feel especially like we just did our liquid, Lemmy colostrum, and that one I just put it straight into my mouth. That is my way of doing it, she said, describing her preferred method of consumption for this particular product. I think it is supposed to go in coffee, right? She added with a laugh. And I do not drink coffee and I do not drink caffeine actually, but I put it straight into my mouth. That is just my way, she concluded, emphasizing that everyone needs to find their own methods, routines, and approaches to wellness that work for their individual preferences, lifestyles, and circumstances. She continued with additional thoughts about the importance of establishing and maintaining consistent wellness routines. To me, with wellness, it is finding the routine. That is how you can keep consistent with it, she explained, offering advice and perspective that could benefit anyone who is trying to establish healthier habits and maintain them over the long term, despite the challenges, obstacles, and competing demands that life inevitably presents. Kourtney Kardashian Barker, who also has 3 other children named Mason, who is 15 years old, Penelope, who is 13 years old, and Rain, who is 10 years old, all of whom she shares with her ex-partner Scott Disick, who was part of her life and the Kardashian family orbit for nearly 2 decades before their relationship ended and she eventually moved on to find love and marriage with Travis Barker, went on to discuss in greater depth and detail how she takes care of her wellness, manages her self-care practices, and maintains some semblance of balance while being an incredibly busy mother to 4 children who span a wide age range and have very different needs, schedules, and demands on her time and attention. I think that it is really just about doing it in moderation, whatever that means to you, and as little or as much as you are able to do it, she said thoughtfully, acknowledging that wellness and self-care look different for everyone, and that there is no one-size-fits-all approach that will work for every person in every situation and every phase of life. I have had times where I'm full-force wellness girl, and it is like my whole day, she admitted, referencing periods in her life when she had more time, energy, and freedom to dedicate extensive hours and attention to her health, fitness, nutrition, and self-care practices without the constraints and limitations that come with being a new mother to an infant or toddler who requires constant care and attention. And then there are times right now where, as I'm sure moms can relate, sometimes you're last on the list, and it's not what I can spend all my days doing, she continued, with refreshing honesty and vulnerability, validating the experiences of countless mothers everywhere who struggle with guilt, frustration, and exhaustion as they try to maintain their own health and well-being while also meeting the endless needs and demands of their children, partners, households, careers, and all of the other responsibilities that fill their days and consume their energy. This candid discussion about extended breastfeeding, personal sacrifices, wellness practices, and the realities of modern motherhood has sparked significant conversation and debate among fans, parents, health professionals, and cultural commentators who have varying opinions and perspectives about the appropriateness, benefits, and drawbacks of breastfeeding beyond infancy, with some people praising Kourtney for her commitment to natural parenting and her willingness to make personal sacrifices for what she believes is best for her child, while others have questioned whether extended breastfeeding is necessary, beneficial, or even potentially problematic from a developmental or attachment perspective. Regardless of where one falls on this spectrum of opinions and perspectives, there is no denying that Kourtney Kardashian Barker continues to be remarkably open, honest, and unapologetic about her parenting choices, her wellness philosophy, and her commitment to doing what she believes is right for her family, even when those choices might be unconventional, controversial, or subject to public scrutiny and criticism. New episodes of The Kardashians drop Thursdays on Hulu.